everyone, welcome to Stoney Sunday. This is the live recording. You guys might be watching this on YouTube right now, but it is live on Ustream. Thank you 200 reefers right now for joining us, joining me recording this. I will be answering your questions. Do use the hashtag AskStoneySunday, but you can ask right now live just in the social stream on Ustream, and you can sign in, I think, via Twitter or Facebook. Happy St. Patrick's Day, everyone. I do have my green on with my Stoney Sunday shirt. And thank you, Bovida, for sponsoring Stoney Sunday and making this show possible every single week. And these hour-long live episodes once a month. It's going to be an hour of us smoking and talking. I do have a bowl packed and ready, using that big bong again this week. I don't know, the sea fish bong, the CF bong, it's just not doing the job right now. I want something bigger. So definitely submit your questions, and let's take a hit and get into this live Stoney Sunday. St. Patrick's Day edition. Cheers, everyone. Thanks for joining. I see Pet Nature. Pet Nature asked if I had any super secret stoner tips. Well, I kind of included the word super, but you guys know me in alliteration. If I had any secret stoner tips, and I think like a tip for getting away with being high wherever you are is make eye contact. Like, open your eyes wide, make eye contact. Don't try and avoid looking people in the eyes just because you think they're going to notice you're high. People generally say that my eyes don't look red, and I think a lot of that has to do with the conscious effort to keep my eyes open and alert and just look around. So I think that's a weird little tip if I could help at all. And, ooh, Boston Baked Beans has asked, would a medical marijuana patient have reciprocity? Oh, I have a hard time saying that word. When visiting other medical marijuana states? And that's a really, really good question. I don't have the list on top, like right off the top of my head, of which states do recognize other states' medical marijuana recommendations from their doctors, but I do know California does not. Being that California was one of the first states that legalized medical marijuana, California and Alaska did it in the same year, 1996, woohoo, Prop 215. As far as I know, they didn't really account for other states having medical marijuana patients. They also didn't account for concentrates. They didn't account for some things that 10, 15, almost 20 years later have become a daily occurrence that we need a lot of legal clarity on. So some newer medical marijuana states definitely allow other states' patients access to their clubs or their doctors or however they have it set up in that state, possession of a certain amount, whatever it is. But California does not. You have to be a California resident to get California doctor's recommendation. And let's look for the next question. I'm going to scroll back because all of a sudden people are like submitting questions like crazy. Oh man, someone says I don't even rip. And it's true. I'm totally not here to take the biggest bong rips. I'm just here to smoke pot and talk about pot. So if you're looking for a competition, I think there are a few other channels you could find. What's your take on fem seeds? Good or bad for genetics? I think that the least modification we can do to a seed before we plant it is probably the best. So I think if you can plant from seed, that's best. And if you can grow them out and separate your females after and you sex them and actually do it a more organic or natural way, that's the way to go. But I know that different things are very, very popular, and there's a lot of choice in the industry right now. Ooh, Tyler Z asks, who's going to the Secret Cup next weekend? And I will answer and say that I am not going to the Secret Cup next weekend, but it looks like an awesome time. I do wish that I was a lot closer and could just zip on down there. But the Secret Cup is not that secret at the moment, and it definitely looks like a good time. Let's take another bong hit. You're also not seeing me probably milk this bong all the way, because it's a fairly large bong, and I'm not really trying to fill it all the way, just trying to get some bong hits while I talk with all of you. I'm going to back up this camera a little bit. Live recordings, anything can happen, right? Let's see what other questions we have in the live stream of Stoney Sunday. I really like that we're doing this once a month, by the way. I think it's really fun. And it's it's easy because sometimes I need a break from recording and editing. It takes a lot of time, and the live streams are quicker. I can just sit down and talk with all of you. And this time it's not interrupted by any ads. Before I get to the next question, I just want to interject real quick and say that it's $100 a month to not have ads in Ustream. So I am doing a free 1-month trial run, but other than that, I'm not going to be paying $100 a month just for one show. It's a little out of my price range, but it's just, I don't know, I can't believe that they were really going to charge that much. I thought it'd be like $30 or $40, and I'd be like, okay, let's do this. But it was a little high, and not something I'm really looking to do. Anyway, this episode does have no ads, and hopefully it's a little bit better quality than some of the other episodes as well. Someone, well, rough voice. Someone asked, it's That Lao Guy 98, what strain am I smoking? And it's actually a mix with my human packs, of course, that I've had for a few weeks now, and as you can tell, they are not too dry. They are beautiful and smokable, and it's just an indica that was entered into the LA Cup. A little sample stash, and I've been smoking it slowly, so I've been really enjoying it, and I don't really know what strain it is. I see some reefers got the packages that I sent them, and that's very exciting. I love sending out the goodie bags, so thank you for sending me mail. That's very fun. And let's see what other questions we have. Let's see. Ooh, RBX1165 says, Coral, if cannabis was legal in the U.S., would you ever move to another state, and where and why? It's a pretty good question. Some of you that have been following for a while, I think, do know that I lived in Washington for a little bit, so I have lived at least in one other state, and it really, really made me appreciate California so much more. If cannabis was legal, I definitely would travel a lot more. Like, I'd feel safer traveling, and it just wouldn't be as much of a concern. And I definitely could see myself living in different states for maybe like a year or two, try it on the East Coast, go live in the South for a while. But California is my home. My mom was raised in California. I was raised in California. It's just, I feel like when I have kids and stuff, I'd want to raise them in California. I just like it. My mom wasn't born in California, and I wasn't born in California, but we really like it here. So I think it's always going to be my home, but I wouldn't be against living in another place for like a year or two. And I don't even know, I guess it kind of depends on cannabis being legal, because I wouldn't want to get into a lot of trouble if I'm doing the broadcasts and everything. Yeah. Okay, let's see what other questions we have. We have Mary Jane Bowles has asked, am I going to the Denver Cannabis Cup? And I am. I'm really, really excited. I haven't purchased the tickets yet on like the airfare or anything, but I am making the plans to go. I'm getting it all online. And I'm really appreciative of your guys' support and excitement, and I love doing the public events where I can come and smoke with you guys and meet you, because sometimes like on my off time and all, I'm kind of shy, and meetups can be hard to do. So the events make them comfortable and friendly and like safer for me. I feel better there, and I just love to say hi with you guys. Stay high and say hi. Let's take a bong hit, and I think I'm going to tweet that a special announcement is coming. And then I totally have a super exciting announcement about 420 and the Denver Cup. Yeah. Very special announcement. I'm like, every time I've talked about it so far, I've almost cried. So let me just tweet about it real quick. Special announcement coming now-ish. Okay, so yes, I am going to the Colorado 420 Cup. And oh my god, I feel sick even announcing this. I get sick when I like get nervous. So I'm gonna open a drink so I can have something. Anyway, I've been trying to talk to High Times Magazine about how important social media is and how important social media can be in the legalization effort. I honestly think that social media was a huge reason why there are 2 states with legalization now, right now in 2013, and we're so blessed to have that. People feel safer looking for the information in a private setting as like their home. And people feel safer sharing their own experiences when they know they're not being judged because it's anonymous. So I have been trying to speak with High Times Magazine about doing a social media panel at the Cannabis Cup. They have done growing panels, they've done dab panels, and I think that a social media panel is the right way to go. So very recently, in the last like 2 weeks, I'm getting like so excited telling you guys. In the last 2 weeks, they agreed. They were like, let's do this. Let's do the live panel about social media at the Denver Cannabis Cup. And I get to be speaking on the panel, and it's the first time I've ever done a public speaking gig for cannabis. I'm not really nervous about public speaking. I'm just so excited. So yeah, that's my big announcement. I'm going to be speaking on a panel at the High Times Cannabis Cup. The date will be 4/20, which makes me so emotionally thankful and excited, because 4/20 was the first day I ever felt really high. 4/20 was the first day that I really felt like I understood cannabis better, and I felt like it was, you know, my own special plant. I see Token Daily is here in the crowd, and I'm very much looking forward to seeing him in Colorado and also on the panel. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. I don't want to announce anyone else. I see him here, so I'm like high-fiving him, but I don't know what else has been announced or anything. But the panel is going to be at 1:30 on 4/20, and yeah, I'm going to open this drink now because I need a sip, and I am just so like excited. Anyway, I'm drinking some fruit juice. Oh my god, I'm so excited. So excited. Paul, I'm so excited. I'm freaking out. I have like freaked out every time. Yay! I'm like waving to him, he's waving. Yay. Yeah. So I think it's gonna be awesome. Yeah. Let's get to the next question for this Stoney Sunday. The live edition. That super special announcement has been made. It's gonna be really exciting. I am gonna be recording it, of course. And yeah, someone asked original 4/20, am I going to meet Paul Token? Yes, fuck yes. We have already talked about doing some collab videos. We've already done collab videos, but never in the same room. So I'm very much looking forward to doing a more conventional collaboration video and actually sit and smoke with him. Yes. Yeah. I'm so excited. Let's take another bong hit. And I see, well, where'd it go? Pooey? I don't know what this name is. Pooey or Poulet? It says, Coral, if I could have any weed-friendly career, what would it be? I'm not sure what I understand what you mean. Like if it was a weed-oriented career? Or if it was like any career that was weed-friendly. I don't know. I really like what I do. I like talking to people, and I like talking to families. I could see myself getting a little more education in how to talk to and make people feel good. Like yoga instructor wise, or like personal, like not therapist, but just, I don't know, I want to get more professional opinions on how to help people. So I would go kind of that. Does that make sense in that question? Yeah. Lots of people, every time this live stream comes up, lots of people are like, what do you think about underage smokers? My short answer is I don't care, and my long answer is I've already talked about it a bunch, so just go back and watch other videos. Let's take a bong hit and get into the next question. We have half an hour until 4:20 on the West Coast. Token, what if we can't smoke on stage? I'm almost sure we can't smoke on stage, can we? Oh my god. I always like to smoke when I'm talking. It helps me like collect my thoughts and figure out where I want to go next. So maybe I'm a little nervous about certain things. I'm mostly very excited. Oh, I have to refresh the live stream. I was like, where are all these questions? We've got Earl, what is it, Earl Bazlow? I don't even know what this name is. But they're asking sativa or indica in like a frantic way. And I definitely prefer a mix of both. Hybrids are, you know, they have their place, but I do like it to generally lean one way or the other so that I kind of know what I'm getting into. And then I guess hybrids, you know, during the day are good. But I smoke what I have on hand. So if it is a indica in the morning, as I sometimes do with these like samples that are super tasty, I'll do it. And yeah. Yeah. You can definitely check out the strains that I've smoked. Oh, I'm not ready to pack a bowl. I gotta grind up more nugs. You can always check out those strains that I've smoked at the strain list. And let's look for the next question. I see Helen So Fierce loves that I have anxiety. It's not fun, right? I've really liked talking about my like off days a little bit more because so many people really can relate and don't seem to blame me or just like, you know, the universal one. They don't blame someone for just not having a day that they can like, you know, do their thing in a normal way. Some days I just like can't. I just have a really bad day, I guess is the only way to put it. And by talking about it with you guys, I've definitely found a lot of healing and a lot of like new experiences to try and make it better. Swill Youngs asks if the pre-ordered Stoney Sunday shirts have come in yet, and no they haven't, but the printer says they should be shipped by Monday, which in his words generally means Tuesday or Wednesday, and this man doesn't even smoke weed, but I should get them in ASAP, and I'm so sorry for these delays. These ones are not even my fault this time, but it is kind of like that rule of karma that it was my fault they were so late last time. I just didn't get it all done in time, and now it's someone else's fault, and I'm just waiting. But I will be sending them out ASAP. I see Greensley Fox asked if I have any artistic outlets, and I think this might have been one that I've answered occasionally, but I was just thinking about it the other day when I captured a little bit of just the background of Tilden Park up in the Berkeley Hills. I went walking there yesterday for maybe only like an hour, half hour, pretty short little walk. But every time I see nature, like just infinite nature with trees and it's just hills and mountains and valleys, I want to paint. And I don't really paint that often, but I'm just so inspired by the layers of color and the depth and the idea that our eyes are capturing this scene, and how can we translate that into a permanent sense. When we're seeing so many different things at once, how can we make that into just 2D? I don't know, that's what I think about when I stare at nature. And so I definitely wish that I had more of like a space available to paint and more experience. I never took any classes with painting, and while my grandma was an artist and was a painter and had her own art shows and stuff, I never met her before she died, so it doesn't work. Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry, I just read work. But no, so it doesn't, she never got a chance to teach me. You can't read while talking, obviously I can't. But yeah, she never got a chance to teach me anything about painting, and that definitely sucks, and I would definitely go and take a class. Token wants a coral painting, oh my god. I think about it all the time, but that is useless, right? You have to actually do something for it to be done. So maybe by talking about it, I'll get on it. I know in like the last live stream, I obligated myself to writing a book by 2020, and I didn't forget that. I wrote that down because I take that shit seriously. So I'm thinking about that too, and I might actually have to like start getting a move on that, right? Let's see what the next question is gonna be. Spliffany, where to go? Spliffany asked if I had a favorite cannabis related quote. I don't think that I have a favorite weedy quote in particular, but one of my favorite quotes is a yoga quote, and it's from BK Iyengar. I'm almost positive it's from him, and it's that in each pose there must be repose, and it's basically like in every action there is reaction. I wish I could remember the Buddha phrase. My friend has it tattooed across her chest. All feel death, all want life, something like that. All want life, all feel death. But basically that, you know, there's an infinite like balance to the universe, and you can't go one way without having something go the other, a space go the other. Yeah. So yeah, that's probably my favorite. In each pose there must be repose. Just think about it all the time. It's a great one to meditate on, and it's really helpful in your personal yoga workout because you don't want to have a unbalanced yoga workout. You really want to make sure you are doing your back and your front, your sides, and you know, making sure your body is well balanced in all directions, not just one way. Taking another bong hit. Oh my god, I must be getting too high to do this because it's not even loaded and I'm trying to smoke it, you guys. Ridiculous. Someone asked, what does my wrist tattoo say? It says trust. And Tristan J asked, what are my 420 plans? You must be late to the live stream. My 420 plans will be to speak at the High Times Cannabis Cup on a panel about social media. So I'm really, really excited. And the panel starts on 420 at 1:30. 1:30, and hopefully we'll be way done by 4:20 and we can all have a nice smoke sesh outside. Okay, this bowl is, let's double check it, ready to smoke this time. And I am ready to smoke it. Drew415, you have asked if I could start my own dispensary, would I, and what would it be called? Totally think about this all the time. I think I would want to start more of a cafe than a dispensary, but like a smoking cafe, kind of like they had in Amsterdam where you could have a restaurant that you could get cannabis and food in. But I really like the restaurant industry, and I love serving people food and having like the front of house environment. I really enjoy that. So I would want to definitely incorporate that in a weedy way if we had this lounge with food possibility in California, which we don't, unfortunately. And what would I name it? I don't know. I really like a few names. I don't think I should tell them. Yeah, I'm going to keep them secret until I can use it, or you'll see it later. I definitely have some names up my sleeve for sure. Yeah. I see Swede Cat, well, where'd he go? Swede Cat 30 or 8081. Oh, I should get my eyes checked. Maybe I got that glaucoma. I don't know. 8081 has asked if I would go to Portland this year or next year. And I would totally go to Portland anytime. I would love to have the opportunity to go, figure out a way and a reason to be there. I do have some family in the Oregon area, but I just have a lot of travel on my plate right now, and I'm trying to make it all work. So Portland is definitely an awesome area. I've driven through there. I've stopped there for a few hours, gone to museums in Portland, and I loved it. Shani Waney has asked in capital letters, and I will ask you, please don't yell, but they have asked, will I grow my own plant again? And I think the answer would be yeah, definitely, if I had the opportunity and the space, but I'm not going to be doing that at my current apartment, and I'm not going to grow off-site anywhere. I'm not looking forward to doing that. Yeah, anyway. Pop friend THC420 has asked, how long does this run for? Because it's getting weird, right? It's a live stream, we're smoking, we're talking. I'm just talking to myself sometimes, I feel like, but the live streams are better because I can see all of you. And this live stream will probably end just after 420 in California. They run about an hour. If you watch the live sessions, you know I'm a cougher. I just don't like to include it in my videos because there is more pot to smoke and things to say. But with the hour-long sessions, I can't really edit it out. King Magonja has asked if he can dry weed, or she, I think King because it's maybe a he. Can he dry weed with the Boveda humidity packs? And I wouldn't really suggest drying your bud with them. They're generally meant to capture already dried and cured, ready to go bud at the 62% humidity. And then you just place it anywhere in your pack. This one's on the bottom. Some of the other containers I use, I have them on the side. But just wherever it works, where it fits into that container, definitely helps keep the bud smokable for longer, but I don't think it should be part of the drying process. I could be wrong though, because I don't grow. Because I don't grow, it's like I'm not positive on that part. Maybe someone has experience with that. I see Watermelon insisting that I come for Hemp Fest, and I have the last 2 years. I definitely would like to. I think so. Yeah. I definitely have plans to go to Hemp Fest. Let's knock on wood too. Oh my gosh. These bong hits are just getting to me. I don't have really a window open, so I'm just sitting in here smoking, and I think I'm gonna have to rest for at least a minute until we get to 420. And let's answer some more questions. Would I do live with Cheech and Chong? Would I live with Cheech and Chong? They're strangers and they're much older men than me, so I wouldn't just like move in with them. That would be a little weird. You definitely need to know someone a bit more than just like, we both like weed. They definitely seem like super cool guys, but I think they don't need me like living with them. That'd be weird. Official Schulze 420, again, yelling. I'm not even gonna answer that question because they're yelling at me, and it's one that could be answered just by looking in past episodes. Let's see what else we got. Oh, someone, Mr. Cookie 420 said, did I know that I was on the Pot TV network now? And am I ever coming to Canada? Yes, I did see the Pot TV, I think it's the website, Pot TV. They reposted the Stoney Sundays from the last couple of weeks onto their website. If you guys got here because of those postings, thank you. Hello, hi, welcome to the Stoney Sunday show. That's really, really exciting. Jodie Emery, of course, is really involved with Pot TV and cannabis culture, and she is someone I very much admire, and I just inspire to make decisions similar to her. She seems like a smart lady, and I like her. I like the way she does her thing. So I'm very flattered that they have been reposting my stuff, and that is very exciting. I love it. Thank you. Thank you very, very much. I'm also with 420 Radio with Russ Belville. My videos have been up on his network for, I think, like 2 months, 3 months, a little while now. So you can always go catch Stoney Sundays at StoneySunday.com, or go check out other weedy bloggers, either in writing or in video, podcasts, all these other different forums at these other two websites as well. It's very exciting. Let's see what else we have. Someone's asking, what doctor did I go to? That's not something I'm ever going to make public, I don't think. My doctor is private and personal. Maybe I did at the time. I think I did publicly make it available at the time, but I don't think I'm going to be like just letting everyone know. There's a lot of doctors that are marijuana friendly and will talk to you about making a marijuana recommendation in California. So there's a lot available. And I think a lot of websites have recommendations. Like you can go and look at different available doctors and see if they have friendly reviews, where they are, if they seem sketchy and like in a weird alley and you don't want to go there, that type of thing. Oh, Melanie Joy asks, do I have any recommendations for first-time dabbers? What is better, a skillet or a nail/dome? I was tweeting earlier about SF Weekly's article that dabbing can lead to an overdose. And I just think that's so ridiculous. People can pass out from smoking weed, like, easily, all the time. That's been happening since weed's been around. If you puff and puff and puff and puff and puff, you're going to make yourself dizzy, you're going to have to lay down. A lot of it has to do with the amount of oxygen you're getting in and not the actual reaction of cannabinoids in your body. But it's just silly to think that more concentrated cannabis would somehow trigger an overdose, when I think it was Grim Reefer 420 was pointing out earlier, we don't have cannabinoid receptors in the stem, the brain area, that you would need to have an overdose that would cause death. So you're not gonna die. You are maybe gonna get really dizzy. And so back to the tip for a first-time dabber, sit down when you dab, because you might get really, really dizzy. It's a very concentrated hit, and your body's not gonna be used to that. So I got super dizzy the first time I did. I know that. I was like, this is awesome. And then I think we walked around Polk Street in San Francisco. My first dabs were thanks to the Pax More Bowls and Mrs. Pack. It is very, very good. And so I think just sit down, be with experienced dabbers. If you can, definitely try. Trying alone can be kind of scary, and you're using a torch, so it can get kind of freaky. And as for whatever method you want to use, I really prefer the domeless nail. Highly Educated makes a great domeless nail. They make a bunch of different nails at this point, and it's consistent, reliable. I love it. It's one piece. It works for me, and yeah, that's what I've been using. I don't have it within reach. I would definitely show that to you. We are just about 13 minutes and like 5 seconds away from 420, so definitely make sure you have your weed ready. I have some ground up right here. Oh gosh. Beautiful. Can show you the nugs. That's probably a little prettier than it just ground up. an indica strain that was entered into the cannabis cup, but I just don't know what it is. But it smells good. Let's see what other questions we have. What is my favorite smoking device? That's from Jordan Duckworth 75. I get this question pretty frequently, and my suggestion is to always like go to my website and look over coralreaper420.com, and you will see a bong like 80% of the time, if not more. I love hitting a bong. I love hitting the bong if it's the nail, if it's the health stone, if it's a bowl. That's my preferred method. They're awesome. Yeah, I love it. A lot of people are asking when they will see Rose on the channel. There are no plans for her to take over Stoney Sunday or come back to Stoney Sunday at this time, but she hasn't discontinued any of her social network outlets, so you can always go find her wherever she is. Not like literally just online. Please don't be a stalker. You can always go follow her, and it's Rose Pants on Twitter or TigerLily06, I believe, on Ustream, so you can definitely go and keep up. She's just not going to be on the channel, and that is old news anyway. I'm feeling a little bit better after that coughing, those rough hits. I should have brought ice, right? Sometimes for the live sessions, I do like to use ice. Oh, Latino Heat has asked, what do I think of the Discovery Channel show Weed Country? And he specifies after the new episode. I don't know what specifically you mean after the new episode. I might have missed some of the new episode. I don't think I live tweeted it at all because I was not watching. I was distracted while I was watching it. My basic philosophy with shows regarding cannabis that get into the mainstream is I like that. I want the mainstream. I want people and their families to be talking about, do they like this? Do they dislike this? What I don't want is the cannabis community to argue with each other about it, because that's just not a united front. We don't have to support everything that we see in these shows. Some of the things that I see with the cops make me super mad, and some of the things that I see with the weedy people that they're profiling, I definitely wouldn't make those same decisions, but I'm not them, and it wasn't my position to make those decisions. So I still support them in their quest to pursue cannabis, because I pursue a legal cannabis world. So I definitely think we should support them, but you don't have to like everyone that you support. Is that even possible? I think it is. We support cannabis, and if cannabis legalization means that some people get to make fucked up business decisions, then that's part of it. Oh, lovely girl, lovely 805 girl asked if I announced the winners for this week's photo contest. I have not yet, but I did comment on each one of their Instagram photos so far. We did not have very many reefer question participation pictures about what's your favorite outdoor smoke session, but that's okay. I guess I was thinking it must be really hard in some other states to get outside and smoke and be able to take a picture of it at the same time. So I maybe picked the wrong type of question to ask, and yeah, we'll look for a better question next time. Cheers, guys. Everyone that participated is getting a goodie bag from last week. I think there were 5 people, so they're all going to be getting a goodie bag. Someone's asking if I've heard of DMT. Yes, I have, and the brain does some crazy things, right? Yeah, I think so. Oh my gosh, Dylan Snow asked if I would ever come to Nimbin, Australia for the Cannabis Festival Mardi Gras, and I absolutely would. I'm so sorry that I wish I had $1 million and I could just go there, and I could just go there this year, because it's in May. As far as I know, it's the first weekend in May. I think it's something like that. It's on my cannabis calendar of dream events that I'd want to go to. I really wish I could go to Australia. And correct me if I'm wrong, but are there more people named Coral in Australia? Australian Stoney Sunday watchers, please let me know, because I feel like the only Coral, sometimes in the world, but definitely in California and in my area. So are there more corals in Australia? Because coral's around, it's not around here. Yeah. Oh my gosh, Token, let's go to Australia. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's go to Australia. I love having him here in the live stream. This is awesome. I love having you all here. We have 211 people right now in this live stream of Stoney Sunday, and we are 8 minutes from 4:20. I'm going to not take a bong hit now that I notice we are 8 minutes. I'll wait a little bit. And let me see if I wrote down any questions while you guys ask some more live questions for this week's Stoney Sunday Live. Oh yeah, by the way, I am going to do the speaking gig at the Cannabis Cup, which I am super, super excited about. And also, I'm going to try and do a live broadcast of Stoney Sunday on the 21st. So I think it would be super awesome, and I just need to look into the logistics of how I can make this happen. That would make the next live Stoney Sunday broadcast the 21st of April 2013, probably 3:30 like Colorado time, because I'll be in Colorado. So we'll get to that later. The only question I wrote down was, will you be in Colorado? Yes, I will. I'm so excited. It's going to be really, really exciting. Lots of people are asking if I still use my packs regularly. Yes, I haven't been working in San Francisco as much regularly, so I haven't been like on my commute as much and like using it. But yeah, it's still in my purse. I think I was charging it yesterday, so it's green and good to go. I made a vine using it. It's definitely holding up. And one of my complaints about the packs would be that it didn't come with the carrying case. And for $250, a little personal vaporizer should come with a little cloth bag or something, because my purse can get pretty rough. So I put it in a sock and I just put it in my purse, and it probably looks ridiculous, but keeps me high and I feel like it's a little buffer. And I should probably buy something a little more chic than that. But anyway. Samantha has asked if I liked percolators. And I do, but I've noticed I don't really buy bongs with like a very fancy percolation system. I was looking over at my bong area and I was just thinking, there are always like maybe one percolator or none, as you can see in this one. And that's okay with me too. That's kind of what I got used to smoking growing up, so that's just how I roll. The worst weed I ever smoked. But Bud Butler has asked, what's the worst weed I've ever smoked? And I don't know if I've ever told you guys. Maybe I have. But I smoked some Green Dragon that was nasty. And when I went back to the club, I asked the bud tender about it. It was actually a concentrate at the time. And I was like, what was up with that? It was so gross. It was like, it was just something I shouldn't have. I want to say it was like black, but it was just nasty. And it like sizzled like Pop Rocks. It was disgusting. And this was like 2 years ago maybe. And when I went back to the dispensary and complained, they got really offended about it. And I really didn't like that. Like, they should be able to take the insult to their product and say, you know, that was a bad batch, because that shit was disgusting. And I thought it was really silly that they didn't like man up to it. But I never saw anything that looked similar to that again in that dispensary. So I do go back there and check it out. Yeah, but it was Green Dragon, and it kind of put me off for that strain. I just didn't want it again because that experience was so gross. I'll try other strains, but I don't know. That one. Looking through the questions. Shani Hayes asked if can police arrest you for having a pipe or bong but no cannabis on you. And that is going to be very different for each state that you live in. The different paraphernalia laws, I think that they're going to be called, they're just going to be different depending on where you are. I know some places the pipe depends on how many holes it has, whether it's a tobacco pipe or like a drug pipe, and other ridiculous things like that. I'm going to have to take a sip. So depending on where you are, it's definitely going to change the laws for your paraphernalia. In California, I've been given back a pipe from a cop, and in Washington, before legalization, I've had them take my paraphernalia. So, hit or miss, I really say. Know your laws where you are, for sure. Lots of questions about like my first time I got high and the age I first smoked. That's all been answered before in the past videos, so definitely go back and check them out if you are curious. StoneySunday.com has all that info. And, whoa, Tamer Don't Give. Tamer Don't Give, I think that's what your name, Tamora Don't Give. If I feel like there's attitude with that name. I like it. What am I doing later for St. Patrick's Day? I won't be getting drunk, I don't think. It'd be really silly if I did go and get drunk. Maybe I will for the silly part, for the silly aspect of it. But I'm not really a big drinker, and my friends aren't really like big drinkers. So I've got my green on. I feel like that was what matters, and I don't really have any other plans. I'm going to send out a tweet that we are 2 minutes from 4:20. We have like 20 seconds until 2 minutes from 4:20. Dun dun dun. 2 minutes till 4:20. Wouldn't it be cool if there were live stream guests during the 421 live stream? I think it'd be really exciting. We could have guests, maybe Paul, maybe other guests as well. Maybe it could be all day. Oh my god, anything could happen. It'd be crazy. Let's see what we have going on for other questions. Do I have a pen pal? Do I have pen pals? I have a lot of pen pals. They're awesome. I love all the reefers that write me. It is just a minute and a half until 4:20. I wish, okay, I'm gonna do it. I'll be right back. I have to grab a book real fast. Dun, 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 don't leave, you guys. Oh my gosh, I hope no one left. I'm back. I ran as fast as I could in my apartment. Okay, I'm back. It's still not 4:20. Still have some time. I do have a lot of reefer pen pals, 2 of which are pictured right here. Hey ladies. And 1 of which drew a picture of me that I put right there. And I keep all the letters that people send me in here. So I don't think I've ever shown you guys that. But everything that people have sent to me, I have kept in here or in a book otherwise. So I love my pen pals. I think you are all very, very awesome. I love all the colors that you guys use. I don't know if I'm getting this on camera. Yeah. There's pictures, colors. It's just really fun. And it's definitely inspiring to look through this and know that just by talking about pot, just by letting you all know that pot didn't kill me, that I kept my job while I smoke weed, and that, you know, I can have a positive, friendly, and rewarding relationship with my parents while I smoke weed. Apparently that makes a difference to you guys, and it's really, really rewarding to have these pen pals. So thank you guys for writing me, and my address is always available, my mailing address on my website. Thank you guys. I think you guys are awesome. Oh my god, I finished just in time for 4:20. That's so exciting. I thought I talked to you all. Happy 420 in California. I'm gonna get smoking that bong. Whew, I thought I talked right through it for a second, but thankfully I did not. I hope you all have something to smoke, and if you don't, this hit is for you. Cheers, you guys. Happy 420 from Oakland, California. I always love doing these live streams, and I'm so excited that the next time I join you for a live stream will actually be in Colorado, knock on wood, on 421. I hope everyone has their Stoney Sunday shirts by then. My fingers are crossed I can make that happen. Also knocking on wood about that. And that can be your green on Sunday. It's just going to be really, really exciting. I'm going to probably answer like 5 more questions and then get out of here. So if you have a question, submit it right now in the social stream of Ustream. And if you're watching this on YouTube, thank you for watching. I really love when you guys watch the live stream after. I do wish you could join me during the live stream sesh, but I do like that I can post it and you guys can kind of feel like you're here with me too. You can ask your questions down in the comments below or on StoneySunday.com or on Twitter with hashtag AskStoneySunday. And let's see. Oh, Sebastian Hibbert 9, I think I said that one right, asks the first of the last 5 questions I answer, which is, what's the most money I would spend on a piece and any specific artist? I don't want to give like a specific amount because it probably will change over time, but I think the most that I would ever spend on a piece would be equal to a month's rent. Like I would give up a month's rent, work really hard, save it, and pay it for a super nice piece. And I don't have any specific artist in mind. There are just too many to narrow it down. I've never spent that much on a piece of glass. I definitely have a smaller budget right now, and I've only spent, I want to say a maximum of $300, probably like $250, maybe $150 if we really are like talking averages. But yeah, I'm not like baller. I don't go around buying super expensive pieces. We have Psychedelicious. Oh, asking when will we see Sumo on camera? Whenever you go to his like, not channel. Well, he does have a YouTube channel. Oh, if you follow him on Twitter, you already know his YouTube channel, and you can find it from there. And you can always see him on his stuff. But this is my show, and he's not coming out here. Rolla J asks the third question, which is, can I stuff him in my carry-on and take him to Denver too? Let's talk about it. What if we drove, dude? It's possible. So, I don't know. Anything's possible. I'm really, really, really looking forward to it. And I really want all of you to join me. So, be there or be sober. Ooh. No, I hope you're all smoking. But let's get to the fourth question. What's the newest piece I have? No M asked, what's the newest piece I have? The Healthstone. Definitely the Healthstone piece, which I don't have handy. But that's my newest piece. It's awesome. It's taken me a minute to figure out the rhythm of like torching it with a really slow draw just to vaporize it, and then taking the torch off and inhaling all that delicious, delicious vapor. It gives you such a good taste of the hits. Yeah, it's been tearing me away from the TI nail just a little bit, but I do really like it, and I can't wait. I'm going to get a smaller rig set up for it so that I'm not just hitting the handpipe, but I can have it on a bong. The last question for this week's Stoney Sunday, and then I will ask, oh yeah, oh my gosh, I almost forgot. This week's episode might be a little like wonky, right? Do you think it was wonky? I think it was a little wonky. Let's see, let's get to the last question. Shani Hayes asked the last question. How did I sneak tincture on the plane to Amsterdam? I do not feel sneak was an accurate word. I am a medical marijuana patient in California. I flew out of I think Oakland or SFO airport, one of those airports, and I just had it in my carry-on. It was never a problem. I was putting tincture in my drink. If you guys watched the video, you know that, and that's maybe what made you curious. But it wasn't a sneaking issue, and I don't think I tried to fly back with it. I think I just left it there. And a whole bag of stuff. I didn't try and fly back with anything. There was not a point on it at all. Point to do it. Thank you guys for joining me for this week's live Stoney Sunday. Next week we'll be back to the more traditional Stoney Sunday, and the next time we have the live episode will be in Colorado. I don't know if I said that enough times this week. The reefer question last week was, what was your favorite outdoor smoke session? And I am giving a goodie bag to everyone that participated. Can't always do that, but there are not that many participants this week, so you're all getting a bag. And this week's question, I actually already answered it, but I did want to ask you, what's the newest piece that you guys got? I think that would be a fun thing to see on Instagram. So go and hashtag reefer question and let me know. I will see you guys all very, very soon. I hope you liked all the blubs and weirdness from this episode. I should do like warm-ups before I record, because this was silly. I will see you all really, really soon. Thank you guys for joining. As always, stay high.